Hello, Toby Hodges from Yachting World. Welcome on board the Beast. This is Marsaudon Composite's brand new ORC 57, and it is quite the performance weapon. If you don't believe me, check out this view.
How fine those bows are and how light they are. The long extending carbon bowsprit. It is just a weapon. And then if you look along the lines of the hulls here, you get to see just how performance orientated this boat is. If you're familiar with Marsaudon Composites, they've built the ORC 42 and the 50 over the last decade or so, and this is the new one first one from Onboard design, with a brief to look like as close to a muscle car as possible. You can see in the reverse shear the chine running along it and the powerful shape, just how close it gets to that brief.
So lightweight, absolutely essential to the Marsaudon philosophy and also the sailing experience. So as standard, they've kept the bucket seats. The helm stations here, we'll go over the deck and have a look at those in a sec. But a very lightweight, high performance design, so high top sides, high bridge deck clearance. And this boat is just designed to cruise very, very quickly. So sustained 20 plus knot speeds. Empty weight 11.5 tons, lightweight 11.9 tons. This one's about 12.9, I think. And designed with a payload capacity up to 14.9 tons. And with that, obviously, you need to respect the amount of power it has. And it's rigged with square top main, J1, J2, J3, J4, furling Jenicas, and spinnakers as well, code 0. So plenty of sail power. So where we're standing here, you have a skipper's cabin beneath me, with a watertight bulkhead behind it into main accommodation, and a forepeak on the other side as well, both with watertight bulkheads forward. Get a sense of just the beam. It just looks so powerful. Mean's the wrong word, but yeah, muscly and powerful. Very, very cool. Very long lifting dagger boards. And then the lines, even for those, furling code and Jenica sails, broad aft, so that essentially you'd have to be pretty punchy, but a couple can manage the boat. And that's why they've kept everything around these helm stations here. So they've designed it to be right aft, very, very short tillers, maximum feel really to the rudder stocks. And to be able to sit in these seats, look straight through the glass of the coach roof, and obviously, sit here and look at the windward side of the sails as you're smoking along. And then, you just have your primary winch here for your Genoa, and then for the rest of your running rigging, and main sheet controls with the traveller traditionally on the aft deck. So again, traditional engine access positions. You've got twin 57 horsepowers on this, and then with all of the sailing systems right outboard here. Yes, you might say it's exposed, but that's what you want to be. You want to be sailing it from here. It's pure enjoyment, this lightweight power performance, but it leaves a big sheltered area under this lightweight carbon roof, 15-metre square cockpit. Sail area itself, 107 metres squared with the main and 100%, and 22 or 23 metre mast. So these are built entirely in infusion, Vinalesta and Corsair hulls and decks. This one has a carbon roof as well, carbon rudders, carbon bulkheads, carbon daggerboards. So Marsaudon also build and have built one-offs and racing boats, a lot of racing experience there. So at this size, they'll offer a very custom layout. What they won't compromise on is weight, and you'll see that in here. You might choose to have the layout differently, but you're not going to be adding many extra fittings like generators and aircon and that sort of thing. They would, I think, put a monoblock, so a small aircon unit in a cabin, but otherwise, yeah, they won't compromise on weight or the behaviour of the boat. What strikes me, looking at this, having been aboard their previous boats, is the attention to the finish as well. So bearing in mind there's no liners here, this is what they do. Their composite work is obviously pretty top notch, but here they've added these smooth laminated rooftops, and then where there is structure, like here, they put a fabric in there and uplighting as well, hidden lighting, to create a smoother, nicer finish for the main areas. And that's, yeah, it adds a few kilos, but it's still very, very lightweight. So this has the typical 3 cabin layout, has electric cooking on this one, and you can, as I say, customise that layout to suit. You'll see what I mean a bit about the weight here. So very nice and light and big berths, but you're not going to be storing a heck of a lot to take on here, because there aren't the lockers to do so. A couple of small lockers there, fabric one, and a couple of drawers, and that's about it. So even that, the philosophy of that, don't even take too much with you. Keep everything light. So you might even be able to hear that rain now falling on the deck. And then living with noise is the sort of thing you'd have to put up with. Performance boat, yes, you have the foam insulation, but there's no noise insulation at all. So, but much like you would on a muscle car, a performance car, with through exhausts and things, you're going to have to put up with noise. Attention to lightweight, carbon floorboards, aluminium honeycomb rails, and just a little bit higher end, the fixtures and fittings, leather handrails and that sort of thing. Done it. Good job. Very little extras in here. There's a couple of small lockers behind the door, but otherwise, yeah, you're just back to, look how thick this bulkhead is. The bare structure. Plenty light enough, and I can only just, to give you an idea of the height of the hulls, I can only just touch the headlining in here. It's not lining. Touch the hull, the deck itself. Now you see the casings for the dagger boards.
meaning with one feature, more functions.
Moving down into the owner's hull now. And yet again, very light, lots of natural light, and a massive open berth there. So plenty spacious enough. And this one, whole hull dedicated to that. Again, you can choose what you want to have, if it's storage or desks, as they have here.
The maximum weight is 14.9. So the weight we're talking about.
There is plenty of storage on this side of the boat. Open hanging rail there. Again, dagger board casing, and then onto a head here with twin sinks. So this is the first boat just launched a month ago and sailed straight down to here to Grammont from Lorient, and will be used by the shipyard as a demo boat for certainly the next year or 18 months or so, while they perfect the engineering, tooling, the layout, and and then they aim to build 2 a year, so that will take the total to 10 boats a year, so they build approximately 4 42s and 4 50s a year. So it is a niche boat. I think you really have to be, or would want to be, a very good experienced sailor to take on a yacht of this power. But it's great to see. It's really exciting, and I think for those few owners that do take it on, it also sits in a bit of a niche price bracket as well, because there's that much less in the boat in terms of volume and cruising comforts. It's pretty minimalist, but that comes, the price you're paying. This boat starts at 1.195 million. So typically a high performance catamaran such as this might cost at least 1.5 starting price. So this is lower price as well, and but all the attention is in the structure and the stiffness. Oh, I just want to go for a sail on it. Until next time.